who started that rumor. I really have no idea. But like, it just sounds like an unreliable rumor. We will get into that, believe it or not. We will get into that. I remember just being 19 years old, I'm like, I'm gonna get hit by a bus, you guys. I think it's one of the best decisions you can make for yourself, like financially. To get hit by a bus. I mean, you might be paying for it for the rest of your life, but I mean, that free year of school, it's totally worth it. I went to community college, so I would have saved like $3,000. I would have got hit by a bus. Definitely worth it. I'm not gonna scoot. It's too much. We're just doing it. We're doing it behind the piano now. It's a first for everything, you guys. There was another rumor going around in college. Probably the same person started it. It was that if your roommate, I swear to God, I'm not making it. If your roommate committed suicide, you get a free year of rent, which is even more ridiculous than the first rumor. And it's like, I mean, like, as if that's any type of compensation. Here you go on free rent. It was, again, community college, a crappy town in Iowa. Rent was very cheap. Probably would have saved another $3,000. I mean, if your friend killed it, like that would suck. That would really suck if your friend killed themselves. But it wouldn't be the worst thing. I mean, right? Free rent for a year. Man, remember that year in college? Man, that was the best. We got a free year of rent, and all I had to do was walk in on my dead friend, my best friend. I had tons of money for all those drugs I needed that year. It was rough. It was a rough year. It does sound like it. Thank you. You were listening. Thank you. I don't know, you guys. I just wish I would have got hit by a bus and my friend killed himself. That's what I'm trying to say up here. I think my life would be a lot better. I'd have $6,000 more, and we'd be killing it. I could have bought a smaller keyboard. Just kidding. No, this is great. This is way nicer. I have a really crappy, cheap keyboard at my house. It's just not as big as this. None of you care. I'm going to keep talking about it. This is great. I got a call from my girlfriend last week. Well, it was 2 weeks ago now, but it doesn't change the joke. She said, hey, my friend wants me to check on her dog for her, but I'm a little nervous because I've never met the dog, and I've never been to her house. I'm like, how did you get roped into this? Like, what have you done? She said she was a little bit scared. She won't be like attacked by it. She doesn't know what kind of dog it is. I'm thinking, like, if my girlfriend gets mauled by a dog, like, that would suck too. That would really suck. But even worse than that is that would make me look really bad, right? Like, that's what I was worried about, my self-image. People would be like, you let your girlfriend go to the house all alone? Like, that's what, seriously, my very first thought. So I went because of that. I'm a bad person. We got there was no dog. It's like, your dog's not here, and she said her friend must have come and grabbed it. It's like, oh, thanks for the heads up, well, we're here. Also noticed you're missing a bunch of money out of your bedroom, so that's a joke about me being a thief, so I'm gonna steal his piano if I can today. You won't even see me get away with it. Be so sneaky. I did have a roommate in college. He was really big on impulse purchasing. So I'm not used to looking at the crowd and just seeing a set of keys, right? I'm just still taking it in. All right, anyways, roommates, very big on buying things on impulse, and he would always convince me he was right, though. He would use arguments like, oh man, you're so boring, like, I'm just trying to do fun things. And I thought maybe he was right, like maybe you're somewhere in the middle. We're both a little bit right. Like, he almost convinced me to buy a brand new motorcycle with him. Like, I'm so happy I didn't. I didn't do that. But he did convince me to get a fish tank with him. I really didn't want to get a fish tank, because it's like, if you get a fish tank, two things can happen. Either they become a very big part of your daily routine, or you just have a bunch of dead fish in your apartment, and that's exactly what happened. Anybody could have seen it coming. And I saw it, we all knew it was going to happen. Two 18-year-old guys, apartment, dead fish. The day we noticed, though, I'll never forget, we walked in, we just got back from a restaurant, we walked in. It was a small apartment, it was like in the very center, and like we just put it off for so long. We're like, okay, like, We need to assess this situation. So the first thing my roommate does is he walks out of the fish tank, he pulls out one of those little sucker fish off the inside of the glass, and just really goes for it, you guys. Just all up in his zone, you know? Two things about this roommate. I'm serious, he can't brush his teeth without gagging. Like, tiny apartment, you would hear him. You'd be like, you would hear it. You would hear it every single day. And also, we just ate, we ate some wings, like potatoes, the stuff on the potatoes. Anyways, he smells his fish, and thank God it was a tiny apartment, because the sink was right behind him. He turned around, he just let everything go into the sink. He threw up, it was like the perfect consistency. Like if you had heated it up, you could have convinced me it was like a soup or something. Like that's what it was. And in that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm glad we got a fish tank, man. I think it was a great idea. You guys are great. I don't know how to use the sustain pedals. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's go ahead and not do any reverb, because I want you to hear my voice for how great it really is. I like to do music. I haven't done a lot of public music. Okay, this is perfect. Oh my God, okay. All right.
You got the good stuff, Christine.
I'm gonna move 2 feet to the right to go up 1 octave. Okay. Oh, it's too high. Okay, this is fun, you guys. Let me just fill this out. Some of you already know this song, and it's still your favorite, isn't it? Oh man, that's nice, isn't it? Sorry, did you say something? I couldn't hear you over the keys. This is a song I wrote, obviously. We're missing some notes and some tempo beats and stuff. That's the proper term, tempo beats. Any good musician knows about tempo beats. This is a song that I wrote. It's about love, actually. And it's also a song about a cat, so I don't know, you can do whatever you want with that. You can let that sink in for a little bit. I got you a litter box. That was the start. You walked across my shoulders, straight to my heart. Then you took a piss in my room, and now you're dead. 'Cause no amount of love is stronger than the smell of cat urine. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, you guys have been so much fun. Thank you so much. You have a nice night.